So I she really confused me. She was saying that she wants to find somewhere before selling her house.
Okay.
And I don't know exactly what that means. She said that she thinks the house will sell better with her already out of it. She only wants to move like 30 minutes away and buy a new house over there. So this is my first experience with this one.
So what
She
that is, oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry, but she also mentioned using a lot of the profit of the sale for the down payment on the new house. So is she just wanting like a rental or so? Like it was very vague and she hasn't responded. So I'm just so confused.
Well, definitely seems like more communication is needed. If you can actually get her on a phone call so you can talk to her, let her express herself better. Through text message, a lot of things are like, you don't say as much as you would say talking wise because it's just too much to type,
Sure.
But I would say, try see if you can get her on a phone call and be like, hey, there's some questions I want to ask you, and I just want to make sure I understand completely what you're looking for and how I can help you. When would be a good time to chat? And I would say that would be one of your best bets. The other thing that she's kind of talking about wanting to do is possibly a contingency, maybe, where she can buy her home and put up the sale of her home, but make sure she has this one already going while this one is just kind of like getting out there and in the process of being sold. I don't know where that leaves her. Once again, it would be a communication thing to see if she's wanting to stay in the house or not while it's being like trying to be sold and having viewings and having open houses and everything. She could also be using the equity in her home she has now to help pay for some of the costs to getting into a new home. So it just really depends on what she's wanting to do. And I think if you were to be able to get her on the phone and have that communication with her, that you would be able to get a better understanding of what road to take with her. Does that answer a little bit?
It does. Thank you.
Okay.
I have a tenant buyer question. I have someone interested in a home that accepts Section 8.
Okay.
And she has a co-applicant with her that has income along with her Section 8. I've never, I don't know where to start. Like, where would you start as far as, you get the application going. Is there a form that she needs to supply me that I need to send in to the landlord as well?
Okay, so you're saying you have a tenant that has Section 8 who also has a co-applicant looking to rent as well, and you also have the landlord side of it too. Is that correct?
It's listed as accepting Section 8. So right. And the co-applicant has income. She's not Section 8, but the other lady is.
That's a good question. I haven't had to deal with too many Section 8s. I do know the gist of it, but as something as particular as that, I wouldn't know the answer myself. Let me see.
And the rent is $2,500 a month. And I didn't know Section 8 went up that high, but
yeah, it depends on the area, things like that, how high they go. Do you have an award letter from her, or do you know if she has one that she can share with you?
she said that she requested a move, I guess. I'm not sure. She requested I guess a move. So I guess she's going to have to need another reward letter, or does she use the same one? I don't know. I have no idea.
So she's going to need something with the valid dates on it, saying that she has it from this term to this term, before she has to requalify to get the Section 8 again. I do know that much. So it should be on the award letter.
Okay.
One thing that I'm just unsure about is like sometimes with Section 8, a lot of times actually, say her award letter is 2,500, like you said, but the rent is 2,800. They're not, like, I guess you want to say, like, allowed or supposed to be able to pay the extra 300 to make up the rent out of their pocket. So that you have to stick at 2,500 or less. Now, if she's trying to go, is she trying to get a rental that's more than 2,500?
No, no, the rental itself is 2,500. I don't know what her award letter says. And I told her that I needed a copy. I know that much. I
Yeah.
know that we need to know how much she is awarded to be able to rent. And so I guess if it's less than that, does her co-applicant, does their income play a factor in that? I'm not sure. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I would say is probably, I'm not even
I
gonna lie.
don't
I
think anybody can contribute to that voucher.
I would say reach out to the housing authority and they would know better what the answer would be to that. I don't believe either because you have to qualify for the HUD assistance to pay your rent. So I don't think somebody can just like hop on the bandwagon that way because with other state services or federal services that you get, like everybody in the household has to qualify as one. So somebody coming in as just like a co-applicant and roommate, I'm thinking it wouldn't be able to happen, like legally saying, I guess. But I would call the housing authority and find out the rules or stipulations to that, just so you get a better understanding. And please, if you do that, please come back to us and share that with us so that we will gain that knowledge from you.
Okay. Thank you.
So if you're just hopping on right now, we're going over buyers. Do you guys have any questions, concerns, something you're going through? Anything you need help on right now? So I'll let you think about that while I say mine real quick. I have a buyer. We're about to close on the 28th. And I remember like the survey situation that we learned in contracts class. And we always want to go ahead and try to get our own survey just because we're doing a better due diligence for our clients. I did not think it was that much money. It actually, and we're using Stewart Title, so that could vary from place to place as well. But it was about $550 for that survey in meets and bounds. For just the one property. It came as a package deal with the property with the home and then just a side piece of land and a septic. And for the total, it was a little over 1,300. So that was an amazement to myself. So just make sure you are researching things and making sure you have the correct prices and how much things cost when it comes to things in the contract that your buyer or seller will be paying for. Ozzy's in the house.
Ignore me. I want y'all to talk. Somebody lead, y'all talk, y'all rock and roll. I want to be a fly on the wall and see how y'all communicate with each other. Somebody jump in.
So that's all I had to say about mine. Just be mindful like of all the different things that either side will be liable for when you're putting it in the contract so that it doesn't come to any surprises. I was always told it was like anywhere between like 70 and maybe 150. But when it was that much, that was a shocker for me as well. But I should have also done my homework and made sure I asked the right questions. So, does anybody else have anything that they want to say or talk about, ask?
What's topic for today?
I just want to confirm what you said. The bigger the land, the bigger the survey is going to be. So
So it's Crystal Beach too. So it's a little bit different, but the land, like the little plot of land next to the house was not a big piece of land. It was like maybe something for an RV to sit on. And then the house itself, that the house sits on, the land, it's not a big piece of land either. It's only a 2-bedroom house, 1 bathroom on stilts with a little bit of a porch or deck, whatever you want to call it. So it wasn't really a lot of land. But it was just that they couldn't use the old survey because there was no meets and bounds, and that was required. So we ended up having to buy a whole new survey for both properties.
would you shop around? You know, you can shop around, right?
No, that's why I come to Huddle, so I can learn things from all of you guys.
Yeah, if y'all feel like the title company is giving you too high of a quote, you can shop around. Your buyer can shop around for other surveys that are a little bit cheaper. So just keep that in mind next time.
So what do you actually search for when you're looking for somebody to do, like, just, is it under surveyor?
It's going to be, yeah, under survey companies, and then you just tell them what you have and they'll give you a quote.
Oh, okay. Thank you. You just taught me something else too. Somebody else unmuted and wanted to say something. Who was that?
It was me. Also on surveys. So what I will do is I will call survey companies that are like local to that area as well. Because sometimes if you're using a title company that's like out of Houston, but you're having something that's purchased down in Crystal Beach, and also Crystal Beach is kind of its own little world anyway. And so it's good to find someone, especially a surveyor that like lives and breathes Crystal Beach. And so that way, sometimes that can be more cost effective as well. And also because of Hurricane Ike and all of that, whenever that happened, a lot of Crystal Beach got like remapped in a way. And so that's why they're kind of being pushy on surveys. So just for anyone else that's working with Bolivar Peninsula properties, just keep that in mind. And there is a survey company or two that are down there that are very reasonable.
Okay. Thank you so much. Yeah, just to let you know, Aislinn comes from down the Crystal Beach way, and she knows a lot of people that like roofers, electricians, all that stuff. She is actually a general contractor herself, so use her as an asset if you can.
What you got, Erica?
I was just going to add that, and again, everybody may have a difference of opinion on this, but I feel like as agents, it's definitely our job to provide resources, but I would.
You cut out, Erica. Start again. You said I would, and then it cut out. Hello.
Full?
Okay. We can
Anybody hear me? I don't know what y'all heard or what didn't hear, but I guess all I'm saying is I think as our job as buyers agents is to be as resourceful as possible, provide our buyers all the intel if the title company is not doing it, but I would also steer clear from doing it yourself.
As far as, what do you mean?
You're cutting out again.
That's okay. Maybe it wasn't meant to be. I'm good.
No, I mean, what you said made sense. We just wanted to, you were just cutting out. So, whatever you have to say, try to say it.
Type it in the comment box and we will read it for you because it is cutting out.
Yeah, we can't make out anything you're saying, but I really want to know what you had to say. So if you could put it in the comments. But that, I mean, that is true, you know, like with this Crystal Beach property, my person is coming from Kansas and they used to live in the area, but a long time ago. And so she wants to do changes to the houses, and I've had to bring contractors down there, an AC guy, a roof guy. And because I did do my homework in that aspect, reaching out to different agents. Hey, do you have any recommendations for this type of person to do this job, this person to do that job? I was able to get his quote for a roof was $10,200, and I was able to get him down to $8,600, which ended up offsetting that price for the survey she ended up paying. So that was amazing. So you just make sure. We have like almost 100 people in the brokerage.
What's the beware on that? So when you're providing resources, what is a great way to kind of release yourself and like full disclosure whenever you're doing that type of stuff? Because that could be a hot spot, right? What should we be saying around that every time if we're providing, helping them get in estimates and contractors? Go ahead.
Provide 3 or more. So
And make sure, man, the disclaimer is, yeah, 3 or more, number one. You don't want to just give them one and steer them. And then the disclaimer is, look, these are people that I have relationships with. I've used in the past. They've done me good so far. What I'd like you to do is interview them. And if they're a good fit, go for it. Also, you may want to hop on Google and do some of your own research and pick another one. But I'm just putting these out there as an option for you. So you just got to clear yourself, you know. You don't want to put yourself in a situation where they can come back and say, this is who they told me to use, this is who I use, and they screwed me up. That's not a good position.
Hey, Ozzy, kind of in that same ballpark, I have a question. So like, especially when you're working, because I know you work with a lot of first-time home buyers and they don't know anything. They're very green. Where is our line when it comes to educating them? When we're touring homes and, you know, do you like say, hey, you see a huge crack going down the wall, you know, or, you know, just whatever. I mean, do you educate them at all? Like when you're doing this, or do we just go up, here's the home, you know, make a decision?
So it really depends on you. Whitney, go ahead. You talk, Whitney, and then I'll go.
I was just going to say, I point out everything to everyone, no matter if they're first-time home buyers or if they've purchased 14 houses in their lifetime. Because I know this market, like a lot of people are out of state or are not from Texas. They don't understand the soil. They don't understand slab foundation. And it's really easy to see all the pretty stuff, you know, like, oh, this is nice. Oh, this is a great job. I'm always going to point out like shortcuts, deficiencies, you know, there is a hairline crack right here. Oh, look at this. Like, I want to point out anything that could potentially be a problem in the future.
I do the same thing, Whitney, and I think that's good. I think it builds trust too, you know, like not just pointing out the good things, but pointing out both sides. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you know, this is cool right here. This can be, you know, this is like, you could put a dining room table here, but hey, look, watch out. You know, there's a stain on the ceiling. You know what I mean? You might want to, you know, keep an eye on it.
Not only that there's a stain on the ceiling, but let me take a picture of it and ask what happened here, because there's a story and I just need to get the answer. Same thing when I see foundation piers, like, oh, you can tell the foundation's been fixed. So let me see what year that was done. And if they have any paperwork or warranties to share with us. Also, you have to think about things like, oh, this garage is kind of like in a weird spot. So you've got to think about pulling in the driveway, pulling in the garage, and carrying your groceries from this. You have to walk all the way around here. Like sometimes houses are set up weird. You've got to like walk them through like what their actual life would look like. Because I don't want them to get into the house and be pissed off that we didn't talk about everything.
Right. And I think that's a great idea. I think I remember someone telling me like, no, that's not your job. You know what I mean? Like your job is there to broker the deal and do it. And I'm just like, yeah, but if you see stuff and you have knowledge and you've lived in homes, you know what I mean? Like, why can't we, you know, point those things out? And I just want to make sure that it's good, right? I'm glad you said that, Whitney, because that's kind of what I do. Also, I just want to make sure I'm doing the right thing.
So there's a fine line, guys. It's some people do so much or too much and it can't get you in trouble. Some people don't do enough and it can get you in trouble. And it's a sticky situation. So, and I would almost say So when I walk houses, this is the way I've always presented it to my buyers. Your job is to really walk around and make sure you feel the house. Do you love the house? Do you love the kitchen? Do you love the bathroom? Do you love the square footage? Do you love the layout in the bedrooms? My job is going to be to point out and investigate and bring knowledge to you. So it's okay to point things out where we kind of can overstep our bounds because oh my God, I've had real estate agents where I'm in the house with them and I'm representing the seller, they're representing the buyer. And they're like, they see a crack on the window. They're like, oh, look at that crack. There's foundation issues. And I'm like, I don't want to say it in front of their buyer, like, you're a dumbass. Like, that's not real. But some people do that. What you do is you just say, hey, look, I noticed there's a crack here. It could be settling, could be something more. That may be something we want to look into. Let's just put a pin in that and a note for that to do some more research. Oh, I noticed it's really hot in this room compared to the other rooms. That could be the ductwork isn't working very well in here, or this room isn't very well insulated. Let's put a pin in that and let's do some more research. Like pointing it out, not going too far, and then also letting them know you're going to do research, but you better take a note and you better do some research. And research doesn't mean you have to go and collect all the data and hand deliver it to them. Research could mean finding the resources, packaging them, and connecting them with them to help them ask the proper questions to find the information that's going to get us where we want to go. We have a lot of data. We should uncover a lot of things for them, but we don't want to be the electrician. That's not our job. We don't want to be the HVAC technician. We don't want to be the plumber. We are not the roofer. Now, we can know things. I look at a roof and I'm like, this is a 3-tab roof. This is a 30-year shingle. That's a ridge vent on top. This roof, according to the way the water falls in the V shape underneath these roof jacks, this is probably about 5 to 10-year-old roof. Looks pretty good to me. We may still want to get it looked at. I say shit like that because I know what I'm talking about. I've done this for years. I've helped install freaking roofs, and I built houses when I was a kid. That doesn't mean like we don't say what I say is gospel. This is the end all be all. I'm just pointing out things that I see and sharing the knowledge that I have, and then letting know as a disclaimer, we should probably look into this more, or there may be more to this story. Does that make sense, Mike? Does that help?
Yeah, it does. Can you clarify too, like for the group, when or how would we get ourselves in trouble? What would be an instance where it would be a trouble situation, like where we would do something where you're like, that's not good, that's not okay. Like what would you?
So what I just mentioned is one of them. Like when I've seen agents look at windows, cracks off a window. Oh, this door doesn't close properly. I've seen agents in the garage. They see a crack in the garage floor and they're like, oh, foundation issues. Do not alarm your people to crap that you don't know 100% beyond a doubt is true or not.
So as long as you say like, oh, hey, you might want to get this looked at, or it may have something like this. We don't know. You know what I mean? Like a professional is going to need to like determine that. We're fine. As long as we don't make like a definitive like assessment, because we're not the professional, correct? That's what you're saying.
I love that. So that's it. It's not, this isn't in concrete. This isn't gospel. This is, hey, I've seen things like this before. That kind of brings it to my attention. Let's do some research on that and see what it looks like. When you start making definitive comments like, oh, this AC isn't cooling enough. It's broken. It needs to be replaced. That's overstepping bounds. If you say, man, I noticed it's a little warm in here. We should probably get further information on the AC. We need to get an HVAC tech out here to give us a professional opinion. Like, you got it, everybody? So that's
And that's when
it's like paying a politician to me. You ride the fence. We're not going all the way. We're just going to play the fence just a little bit, but we're going to bring in professionals to tell the truth.
Yeah, and that's when you use option period to bring in the professionals, the inspector, and then based off of what he has to say about stuff around the house, which they spend anywhere between 3 and 4 hours at the house inspecting it from outside the top of the roof to the very bottom inside. And then based on what they say, that's when you can get your specialists, special inspectors, whatever it is that you need to come and look at these areas that you think may be problemsome. But you just don't want to work out of the realm of your scope. Like a doctor doesn't become a lawyer because he's watched Criminal Minds like 5 seasons, you know, so you just stay within real estate.
Does that help, Mike?
Yeah,
Oh.
for sure. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you cleared it up for me, because I do think that's where maybe I add value, because I've owned several homes. You know, I know things, you know what I mean, that I can point out. I think that's, I guess, one of the things I guess I pride myself on, that I know certain things, you know what I mean? Not that I'm, like I said, I know what to look for, but I'm not going to make a definitive like statement like for sure it's this, but hey, you know, you might want to go get that checked out.
So one thing that we come across a lot, Whitney said it, roof stains, right? Or ceiling stains. So a lot of times, you know, I'm doing my research, I'm looking around, I know like, hey, I'm pretty sure the AC is right here, and I'm pretty sure the AC drip pan exterior line is right here, and this may be where it leaked, right? So if I see a roof stain, I may say, I noticed this roof stain right here. Most properties, this usually means it's an AC drip pan issue because the roof looks pretty new, unless that leak was before they got it replaced. But let's examine that. Let's make sure to ask questions, find out what this means. So what I've done is I've called it out. I've let them know I see it as an issue. We're not going to let it slide. We're going to do research. And I've calmed them down a little bit by saying, I've also seen it as a common problem. Probably nothing too crazy, but we're going to find out if it's crazy or not. You got it? We don't want to alarm them. And then we also don't want to downplay it, because if it is a big issue and we're like, oh, that's not a big deal, and it comes up to be something big, they're going to say, you kind of are trying to screw us on this thing. You lose a little bit of trust.
The last thing I wanted to do, right, is make an offer on a house, and I know there's going to be now, like, I know it's a deal, like a deal breaker possibly, and now they're going to be out their option money. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and blame you too, right?
yeah, like, hey, you knew this was going to be a problem. You know, I just wasted $200 or whatever on option fee when, you know, you could have at least told us that this was a possibility. So,
absolutely. And then, so we'll end, because we're moving to gratitude and bug fillers, and we got some things to cover. I want to read this disclaimer. Erica put this disclaimer in here. She said, my disclaimer is, here is what I found for you based on my network. What do you call this? Parentheses, quotations, whatever. Recommended by agents or previous buyers. But I recommend looking as well, and I allow them to call. So making sure to give them options, but leaving it open for them to go and find their own. Like, don't ever push them in a box or force them to use one person. That's where you get in trouble. So that's a great disclaimer. We should all have those. All right. Gratitude and bucket fillers, guys. What are y'all grateful for today?
I'm grateful that Willie is finally done with summer school, because remember the Cinco de Mayo party?
Yeah.
I was talking about the bunk beds. He hadn't put them together. He started putting it together yesterday, and he's gonna finish today. I know.
Got my Willie in the house.
We've had it
Let's
since
go.
March. He hasn't put it together.
Hey, don't rush this dude, okay? He's doing his best.
He's taking his time.
When I tell you I'm gonna do it, I'll do it in 6 months.
Right? 6 months to a year. That's really
idea. You got 3 more months to go.
right. It's like July or December, beginning of January. Those are my only time frames for like 2 weeks that I get him to do any honey-do list. Other than that, nothing ever gets done around the house.
Hey, I don't care.
But-
Look, we got to talk. We speak up for our homeboys.
I
Don't rush him. 9
I
months
do.
is acceptable.
I'm just saying I'm grateful because it's finally happening. They probably will need new beds. They've outgrown it.
Let's
But
go.
super grateful for that. And then just I just love my family. I think even when they get on my nerves, I love them to death. And you have to treat every one of them differently. And I'm not gonna lie, I have a favorite. I think every parent has a favorite. If you say you don't,
I think you're completely wrong.
No.
I have a favorite.
I have a favorite, but I treat them all the same, and I make sure I whisper in their ear that you're my special baby. You're my number one. Don't tell the other one, okay? And so they always say they don't believe me, and that Liliana, my special one, my number one. They're like, no, you like her better. She's your favorite. I'm like, no, I just say that to her to make her feel better. I'm like, but you can't tell her that or it's going to hurt her feelings. Okay. So I do end up giving more attention to my other two just because I don't want my favorite to be known as the favorite. But as a whole, the whole Brady bunch of us, I just love my family, my household. I spent 45 minutes with my pig in the yard today before I came to work, and I was just having the time of my life while everybody was sleeping, and I was just petting my pig. So
You have a pig. That's awesome.
he's
Let's
cute.
go. I'll move. Before we get on to two more, Erica put, I'm grateful for Lori and her daughter supporting my event, women's event, this past weekend, for Tiffany putting her efforts to make it beautiful. I saw photos. There was like bubbles and blossoms.
Mhm.
I'm not sure what it was about, but it looked awesome. What I loved as well is seeing Lori and her daughter show up. And I'm like, do they all know these same people? Regardless. Yeah, kudos to Lori, her daughter, Erica, Tiffany for putting on an event. Let's go. I need two more gratitude and bucket fillers. I Zoom land. What y'all got? Or Google Meets land. What do I call that?
Let's see. Let's call on somebody. Roy Maxton, come to the stage. You've been summoned.
Is he on? Going
Is he
once?
pretending?
I'll go ahead and go.
Go ahead, Anna.
Great, thanks.
Hello, good morning, y'all. I am grateful that my kids are excited to learn about Jesus. They're at church camp this morning. I just dropped them off. They started yesterday and they had a blast and they were just super excited to go again today.
Let's go. All right, I need at least one more gratitude and bucket filler. Who's got it? Oh, Roy said he's working in the ER today. No mic for him. Okay.
Okay.
So he's listening though. I'm gonna let somebody step up. Go ahead, Michael, and then Christine.
I'm grateful for 2 more weeks before school starts.
Oh, that teacher schedule. Let's go. Hey, you got to put together some bunk beds before you go back. Christine,
My kids are grown, Ozzy, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
you got done with that.
I'm halfway through.
Christine, what you got?
I'm grateful that I got to serve yesterday. I brought my kids and they loved it. And we didn't get all the lunches passed out, but we went around and to the apartment complex, and I prayed to ask for 2 people that really needed it to come to us. And we found 2 people that had kids that needed kids to be fed. And we got rid of all the other lunches. And my kids were out in the road, like passing out flyers to traffic. I was just like, it was amazing to see.
Go.
them.
All right. Sorry. I was so excited. I'm sorry if I jumped the gun.
Somebody else is unmuted. I can't see.
Hi, it's me. It's Penelope. Good morning, everyone. I have a lot of gratitude this morning I want to share. My it's a little bit dark. My father never learned how to swim because he had a brother who drowned. So he kept me from the water. I never learned how to swim, but now my 8-year-old is going to state in 2 weeks for swimming. So yay for breaking generational.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm really, really excited. She's the first in our family to do such a thing. So yay.
How old is she? How old is she?
She's 8. She's 8. She's been swimming. I put in swimming since she was like less than 1. So I just worked really hard to make sure she learned how to swim and learn the life skill, and she's doing a great job.
Let's go.
Yay.
Penelope, did you ever learn to swim?
I did not. I can defend myself, but I did not. I tried. I took classes as an adult, but it's a lot more difficult as an adult than it is when you're younger. So, and then life got busy, so I didn't continue myself. Yeah. But but they're gonna get it.
She's like, I got 4 feet, and that's it.
Right.
Let's get it. All right, guys, are y'all ready? So, I'm going to give away tickets here just a little bit to the extra game. But before we do that, Guys, we know AI is moving at the speed of light, right? Things are moving so quickly. I want to make sure we are as like cutting edge, front of the line, utilizing the things that we can. So there are a lot of things in AI that can be technical that are kind of hard to implement, right? Like connecting the MCP folders and adding in programs and learning how to like back end load the software. Like I don't expect everybody to learn how to do that. If you don't know how to code, I don't expect you to learn how to code. You can if you want to. It can be very, very advantageous. However, I know that we're all not going to go like full Monty into the AI world. I get it. But I do believe we need to absolutely adopt what we can. So if we can adopt the simplest forms of AI, put it to work in our business, help maximize our opportunity to do the high paying work and kind of maneuver away from the work that doesn't really pay us as much, or that we can systematize and checklist and move out of our way, I believe we should do that. So I wanted to make sure everybody had one very simple tool that has been game changing, and it doesn't take me to teach you how to code or how to special prompt or any kind of crazy shit. It's very simple. So number one, write this down, do whatever. I'm also going to put it in the groups. You need to get Claude. Guys, I'm telling everybody, get Claude. It can be a personal assistant many different ways. I'm not asking you to go that deep into it. But sign up for Claude. Get the cheapest one, whatever. Try to go free as much as you can. And there's actually a Google Chrome extension for Claude. You can add an extension onto your Google Chrome browser. From your Claude sign up, you'll log in. And guys, any software that you're in, any website that you're in, you can go and log into your har.com and use your Google Chrome extension to begin researching data for you. You can use your Google Chrome extension to have it with Claude, the Claude extension, to have it analyze your calendar and organize your calendar with you. You can have it go into Follow Up Boss and help you find the best leads for you to contact today. It can help you analyze your behaviors in Follow Up Boss to organize the things that you should be doing and things you should not be doing, how successful you are. It's a tool that is super simple. You don't have to be a rocket scientist, and it is absolutely game changing. So I'm going to ask you guys to just do this one thing. Go ahead and grab Claude, sign up, download it. If you want to do the desktop version, awesome. If nothing else, use the online version and the Google Chrome extension and begin putting it to work in your business. It is crazy. We actually, which, you know, Aislinn was having some hard times with her workflows in OLS. She put it to work in there, created her workflows. We got into Follow Up Boss with it. You ask it to analyze your data, your SOI. It can go to work in your database for you. You want it to help you manage your calendar, it could do it for you. It could communicate cross platforms for you as well. It does so much. I'm not asking you to be a scientist. I'm asking you to use a simple tool that can make your real estate business so much more efficient and simple. Does anybody have any questions, comments, concerns about this?
Does the Google Chrome extensions, does that cost money too, or?
No, it's free.
Okay.
What does this mean? It says AEA Realty link is on Claude. Join your team for shared projects and checks.
So that is a pay one where I end up paying for your Claude. We should all get your own to get your private setup, right? So create your own Claude. Have your own login. It's usually better if you have it where you sign up through Google. You know what I mean? Where you just get the Google thing and have it sign up within there. Go ahead.
Can you spell me Claude?
CLAUDE. CLAUDE.com.
Thank you.
Who has used it? Who understands it? Does anybody has questions about it? or asking me why, Ozzy, why the hell should I do this? I don't want the robots in my life.
I have a question.
Go
So
ahead.
you're saying drop Chat GPT and use Claude?
No, I'm not saying draw. I'm saying this is a tool that I believe takes can take your business to the next level easily, simply. It's not technical. It's not something you have to learn code. Every single person on this call can do this very easily. The reason why I'm telling you to use this, because that Claude Google Chrome extension is simple to apply, easy to log into, and it's easy to put to work for you. Every single person on here, I don't care if you're a novice and you've never used any kind of AI, this is the simplest form to do the most work. Great question, Christine.
Just to add on that, like, so I have like Chat GPT personally that I will have handle like my personal stuff and whatnot. And then I have Claude for business, and I just do the $20 a month pro version. You don't have to do that. And just attaching it as a Google Chrome extension, I have it read through my emails and it automatically puts drafts in my inbox so that I can then go review them and send those out and edit as needed. After it's already been like, you need to respond to this. You have an offer for this. You need to do this. You need to do that. You have an upcoming appointment for this. It's literally telling me as like a personal assistant how I need to manage my day and what my inbox, as well as just everything else I'm able to attach into it. With HAR, I'm able to prompt it and put in and get market updates and market data, like help with CMAs and just market information in order to share with potential sellers, and also just for the weekly updates. And so, I mean, it really is life changing. And like the blonde figured it out. I kind of joke about it, but it's like, I mean, and so if just know that like I literally dumbed it down to where I was like, please explain this to me in the simplest step by step on how to set you up and get you functioning. And it will help walk me through it. It's that simple.
You can have it go into Follow Up Boss and say, study the best text and email campaigns we have to communicate with my SOI. How can I put them into play and create automations to communicate with my SOI to create more leads? It will go into the emails. It will search the best emails, search the best text, deliver them to you. And then you ask it, give me a step-by-step campaign and how I can initiate this for my business. And it'll tell you exactly what to do so that you can have the right emails go out at the right time and the right text messages. It'll even tell you who to send it to. You can ask it, hey, can you study my SOI and tell me who I haven't talked to in over 6 months that I need to talk to right now? It'll bring them to the front. It'll tell you to talk to them. Like it's like a personal assistant that knows more than you do about the systems you already use. It's crazy. Anybody else? I know some of y'all are probably like, whoa, I'm glazed over. This is a lot. Yet, I'm telling you guys, just start the journey right now. I'm telling you right now, I'll bet money, every single one of you, probably 10% to 20% of what you are doing is wasting your damn time. You are doing things that you can get a robot AI to do for you or a virtual assistant. It's wasting your time. You're spending an hour to 2 hours a day not focusing on the right things, doing menial tasks. Get rid of it. Have a system do that 1 hour or 2 hours worth of crap you shouldn't be doing. Take that 1 or 2 hours and go do things that are going to make you money. We're in the business to serve people, love people, all that stuff. But what's it all worth if you're not making the money that you want to make? You need to go home with a bag of money because you're spending time away from your family. And if you're spending time away from your family doing bullshit work, we need to get rid of it. Claudia, it works in Go High Level too. You can ask it to do some things to help your VA be better. Go ahead, Claudia.
Oh, great. This is great.
Yeah, you can have it say, hey, analyze what my VA is doing. Help me make them more efficient. Give me tasks that they can do to help me make more money. Like, help train them for me on the system, like all the stuff it can do for you.
One thing that I did is I connected my Claude to my Napster account. And every time a new song comes out in Napster, it downloads it and uploads it to my MySpace account. And then when a friend logs on to their AOL chat,
dang it,
it sends
Joe.
me a message.
Did he
He
just
had
say
to.
MySpace? Did you say MySpace?
Yeah, he had to.
And Napster.
Napster. He had to go there.
And AIM, AOL Messenger.
Joe, you
Some
said
of y'all
MySpace, though,
upgraded
right?
my-
I just want to make sure we're in 2026. You said MySpace. So.
He did.
Hey, I
MySpace
met my
and
husband.
Friendster.
So let's not get too far off. Has anybody used it, or is it? Here's another question: is there anybody on here that's like, no, I'm not going to download Claude. No, I'm not going to use the system. I want to know if it's you and what is your concern about it, because it's valid. Let's talk about it.
So when we first talked about it a few months ago, you were less like, you should have ChatGPT, you should have Gemini, and you should have Claude, and you should use them all and get to know them. So I was like, okay, so I went ahead and got the other two because I already had ChatGPT. And so when I used Claude and I was using it business related, I didn't like the way it worked compared to ChatGPT. And I used it like for a little bit one day, and I was just like, I can't remember exactly what I was doing or something, but I just felt like.
So guys, one of the first things, like, this is great. I like this. One of the first things, whether it's Gemini, Claude, or ChatGPT, ask it. Okay, tell it who you are. I'm this age. I'm this tech savvy. I'm really not. I'm a real estate agent in the greater Houston area. I'm a dad. I've got 4 kids. I'm married. Like, tell it about you, and then ask it, what is the best way I can use you to make my business more efficient based on what you know about me? And it'll tell you, this is the way I believe you should use me the best. The problem is you're trying to use Claude like ChatGPT and ChatGPT like Claude and Gemini like Claude. That's not the way this shit works. You need to tell it who you are, what level you are. Like Aislinn said it perfect. She goes in there and says, dumb this down for me. Make this step by step. Go slowly and act like I don't know anything about computers.
Yeah.
Like your calendar, it can go into your Google Calendar and say, find every listing appointment I've been on in the past 3 years, bring the information out so I can go back and call them again. It can ask you, like, analyze my calendar and tell me where I can be more efficient. Study the best real estate agents you know out there that have the most successful marketing plans and that operate like me. I am an SOI agent and I love relationships. I love my community and I love my family and friends. Let's focus on that. Or I'm a FSBO agent. I love calling FSBOs. Help me with that. Or I'm an expires agent. Or I'm a commercial agent. Tell it who you are. Explain what you're about, how you operate. If you're very technical minded or you're very organized minded, tell it. If you're like, I'm not organized, I'm not technical, I'm just a super extrovert, I love talking, that's my forte, tell it. And then go and ask it, how can you help me do what I need to do? What should I be doing? What should I not be doing? Like, play it so like simple, stupid that it starts from the very groundwork of who you are to build. Don't assume it already knows what you want it to know. It's like a 2nd or 4th grade kid when it comes to talking to people. You have to speak to it like a 2nd or 4th grade kid. Anybody else have any concerns or comments or questions about this?
I think I do remember you saying though, like the differences between like Claude is going to be more business like related that you can use it towards, and ChatGPT would be something more like you kind of broke them down, like which one kind of works better with different things that you're doing.
So I did post like a little image in the Google chats for you guys to look at that kind of breaks down some of it. But what I'm telling you guys is, don't take my word. Don't take that image. You have to decide who you are and how this AI relates to you. It may operate for you in a totally different way that I choose to make it operate for me. But the only way to figure that out is, again, keep it simple, stupid. First, you got to get in. You got to log in. You got to use it. Keep it simple, stupid, and ask it the most basic of questions. Don't assume anything, and don't let it assume anything about you. Ask it. I don't know shit about shit. Tell me about this. Okay, that's too fast. Dumb it down. Make it slow. Go step by step. I really don't understand what you're talking about. Like that. It's a regular conversation. If you're talking to me and I said all this crazy stuff and you're like, if you really in your mind think, whoa, Ozzy, that's over my head, you should tell me. And I should slow down and we should work through this together if it's going to be effective for you. And this is how you should operate in any room. If you hear a word you don't understand, don't just sit there and be like, yeah, I agree and that's awesome. No, say, hey, the fuck did you just say? What is that word you just said? I don't understand it. Go back and let's work through that word so I can better understand and I can actually use what you're telling me. I want to put to work your system for me, but I'm confused. Let it know and see what it does for you. It will blow your mind what this stuff can do for you. I'll tell you, and I don't want to scare anybody completely. Like, I don't want to put complete fear in your mind. I do want you to be scared enough to say, you need to do this. I'm going to tell you right now, we are being replaced. Not completely. I put it in the leadership text this morning. The things that are not being replaced, relationships, face-to-face conversations, real, authentic voice conversations and human connection, they're not being replaced, right? I am sorry. Claude will not hug you. Claude will, it may save you money by doing research. It will not pay for your lunch and say, I love you. I truly care for you. It's a fucking robot. You do that. You love people. You hug people. You show real, true, genuine concern and emotion for human beings. Stay in that world. The checklist stuff, the organizational stuff, even money management, behavior, study, research stuff, that is all AI and BA work. If your day-to-day consists of data entry, right, following up with basic tasks, managing an email or managing a calendar or basic, that's low-level stuff, you're either going to have to get paid $10 an hour or you're going to have to get rid of it and find high-level stuff. You're being replaced. That's it. I need you to understand that. If you don't learn it now, you're behind the curve. We have to get ahead of the curve. We cannot be dinosaurs. It's happening. We're seeing agents drop out of real estate by the boatload. They're giving up. They're quitting. It's too hard. Why? Because they're not doing what real estate should be doing. Relationships and conversations. That's why, and I'm going to go ahead and put the plug in right now. Here's the plug. The plug is this. Boot camp starts the first week of August. If you are brand new around here, you are going to be required to be in boot camp. If you're AOT brand new, I'm going to force you into boot camp. There's no way out of it. If you are not hitting your numbers and your business is not where it needs to be, you need to be in boot camp. We have to work on your habits. We have to work on your conversations. We have to work on your relationships. I'm going to be pushing boot camp every 2 months. It's going to be a 60-day run, a 60-day run, a 60-day run. And I'm only getting better at running the boot camp. So you should join it. For all the other BS that's distracting you, that's keeping you from your business, get rid of as much of it as you can. The low-level business stuff, the $10 to $20 an hour stuff, give it to Claude and let it go to work. Let ChatGPT and Gemini help you with it. But I'm telling you, this is the most simple thing. Download Claude extension, sign up first, download Claude extension, open your browser, click on the extension, and then it'll give you some disclaimers. Say, okay, read them. Say, okay, I understand. And then start to ask it questions to go to work. How do I become the most productive and efficient real estate agent How can I utilize, like open up Follow Up Boss and ask it, how do I use this database to make the most money? Where are the hottest leads that I need to call today? Might be a good one for you. Instead of doing all the BS research or trying to study all this other crap, let it do it for you. Let it ride the cream of the crop, make your calls. That's what you should be doing.
Does it help to like set appointments, your Follow-Up Boss, or set up your appointments and showing time?
I'm going to ask you to go and find out, and then you teach the rest of us.
Okay.
Everybody got that?
I got that.
Like this isn't a come to Ozzy for questions thing. This is use it and learn. That's what we're going to do. This meeting is to make sure you all get it started and start using it. That's it. Get in there and put it to work.
And Gemini as well.
All of them, use them all. But right now, we're just focusing on Claude.
Okay.
This is the one thing I want you guys to master, because this is the one thing that, like, I ask I'm always asking myself, what is the simplest thing that everyone can do that can absolutely, like, this is the easiest thing that can propel your career the furthest, the fastest. There's nothing, I don't believe there's anything out there right now that can benefit you more for as cheap and as simple as this is. You need to do this. The other thing you need to do is make freaking calls, have conversations, and build relationships. Do this, do that. That's it. Period. That's all I can tell you.
Call the damn leads. Call the damn
Call the damn lead. No lie. So I love it. I mean, somebody said I was struggling a bit reading Atomic Habits. I asked Claude to give me real life examples and integrate my everyday life. It's like it made Atomic Habits just for me. It's crazy what it can do for you. Makes things, it's scary, yet it's very exciting if you choose to adopt it. So anybody else got anything else?